I'm going to start today with this Dragon Pixie Rainbow Cake by Silly Farm, and I like to pick a rainbow cake that has white on one side because I want the center of my kitty to be more of a light white color. And I'm going to start with the ears and just sponge a triangular shape over both of my eyebrows and then connect them with the darkest color on the outside so that white from the cake is going to end up in the center of my face, and then I will actually do more white and connect it with the muzzle and all that good stuff. So then to form the outside bottom part of my kitty cat, I am just placing my sponge horizontally under my eye and then pouncing, and you can see at first I'm focusing on the outside colors to get the shape, and then I move and rotate my sponge the other way to pull in the light color. So don't feel like you have to get every single color down in one application. Manipulate the sponge back and forth to get the coverage where you want it when you need it. Now I also did that with one load of my sponge, so it's very possible to do that when you just get a nice, good loaded sponge to begin with. Now I'm going to take some pearly white on the same sponge. I just re-dipped the end that had the white in some nice pearl white, and I'm filling in the muzzle and just cleaning up a little bit on the inside of my face to connect it all. And you can see now probably why I like to use a cake that has white to begin with. Now if these edges bother you, take a wet wipe and clean it up. It doesn't bother me. I don't do this at a festival. I just leave it because my line work is going to end up covering most of it and I never notice. So a black line at the top, and then I'm going to pull some little kitty stripes down. And now for the ears, I'm going to do a line on either side going up and into a point to shape the ears, and then pull it down into the outside of my brow. And I like nice big kitty ears, so I try to pull that line out to the outside of my brow, and then I'm going to do a curved line facing outward so it looks like my little kitty ears are turning out. And then for the outside of my kitty face, I'm just going to do a series of swirls and teardrops to form the shape of the bottom of the kitty face. And honestly, I do this different every time. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I have so many different versions of a kitty cat. This is just one that I like to do. And you'll see why I call this the black and white polka dot kitty, because I end up putting a lot of polka dots on here and it just makes for really interesting line work. So I do the same thing on the other side, swirls and teardrops. And when I get to the bottom closer to where the muzzle is going to be, I just make sure to come in towards the outside of my lips so that the kitty has a nice shape. So I'm also going to fill in over my eyes, and if you guys watch my other videos, you know I don't like to get paint around kids' eyes, but since I'm doing this on myself, I'm going to fill in. But a lot of times I'll skip this step on really, really little kids. And now for the nose, I'm just doing a sweep of black under the nose and then filling in with black. And I'm going to give myself some lipstick and some glitter lips before I finish the rest of the muzzle because I think it's pretty. And it's just a nice finishing touch. So now I'm going to split the lip, a line down, and then a triangle over the lip, pull out and press down. And then from the outside corner, pull up, and then all the way up to almost the corner of the eye. And out, and lift up on the tip of your brush, and then flick into the corner of the eye. And then for my muzzle, I'm actually going to mimic my stripes at the top of the kitty forehead on either side. And then since I am doing this on myself, I'm going to do a little bit of a cat eye So I went a little bit thicker on the inside corner, and then I'm just going to pull that up into a peak under my kitty ear and then back down under my eye. Clean up my line work there a little bit. And then I'm going to fill in over my eyelid and then pull that back up into the peak so that I have more of a dramatic cat eye. And again, I don't always do this, especially on little kids, but since I'm doing it on myself, I figured, why not? I'll make it a little dramatic. So doing the same on the other side, going to start now with some details and flick some black hairs into my kitty ears. And I'm going to do some teardrops at the top of our kitty to tie in what I did on the outside of our kitty cat. It's almost like a little teardrop crown. And then fill in with teardrops wherever you have some gaps. I had gaps on the sides where the peaks of my eyes landed, and that was bothering me. And I'm going to flick up a few stripes on my kitty nose just to give it some more interest. I do like to keep my cat noses really low on the nose so that they look more feline. I'm going to line the outside bottom lip, add some kitty fangs. And now I'm going to go in and do a series of dots all over my thicker black line work. Remember, when you're doing dots, a nice, well-loaded, good round brush will get you really nice, pretty dots. And one of the other keys is to not make them too perfect, because this is painting. It shouldn't be too perfect. You should have fun with it. I'm going to add in some highlights just to bring the design together as well, especially so my ears stand out. And then I'm not going to line all of my line work on the outside edges of my kitty cat, but I am going to go in with a few dots and swirls and teardrops just to bring that white down around the design as well. And whiskers. A liner brush is great for whiskers. And just remember, whiskers aren't perfect. If you've ever done cat whiskers in a straight, perfect line coming out of your cat, which I've done before, and then I think that doesn't even look right, you want to give them a little bit of a curve. So I'm going to add a few to my ear as well. And there's my polka dot kitty cat. I hope you guys like this design, and I hope you can use it. And I'll show you some other versions of my kitty cats coming up as well. I have a few. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this.